Thanks very much, Cathaoirleach. We won't be opposing that aspect of the order of business, Leader, but some colleagues may have an amendment. Can I mention, first of all, that I know that the Taoiseach and Minister Burton are in Europe today to consider the issue of youth unemployment and the monies that are going to be made available Europe-wide for that purpose. And just to welcome that development and express the hope that it will lead to tangible action on the ground in job creation here, as opposed to some woolly policy that doesn't deliver on the ground. I think when we see Europe-wide the level of youth unemployment as high as it is, it's extremely worrying. Sadly, yesterday we had further bad news with Ulster Bank announcing that they were going to close a further 40 branches. Indeed, the IBOA were saying up to 1,850 jobs were at risk, although that's been denied by the bank. In any event, it is a significant blow, and indeed further redundancies that are going to take place in Hewlett-Packard meant that yesterday was quite a dark day. I still have concerns, Leader, and it was mentioned by our own leader yesterday here in the House on the whole area of the mortgage arrears crisis. You mentioned that the central bank bill was an ideal opportunity to raise such issues, and I have to say I take issue with that. This is the silent crisis that is facing this country at this moment in time. It requires a debate. In fact, it requires a rolling debate on this issue, because what was predicted, indeed, by myself in 2009 from that side of the House, and indeed colleagues of your own, Senator Healy-Eames and others at the time from this side also agreed, it's now coming to bear. And as we have the Dunn judgment, which found a loophole in the Conveyancing and Land Acts, which prevented repossessions, is now going to be undone by the government. And the indications are, and if we look at the Chief Risk Officer for Ulster Bank himself, they intend to plough ahead with repossessions as a matter of urgency, where he predicts that up to 35% of defaulters are strategic defaulters. Leader, I don't think that you believe that those families throughout the country that are struggling at this moment in time are strategic defaulters. And I think I regret very much that the Code of Conduct is going to strengthen the hand of the banks and weaken the hand of the families throughout the country that are struggling with this. Indeed, the Code of Conduct prevents, in fact, the potential for success of aspects of the insolvency legislation brought in by Minister Sharry. And again, I must reiterate the fact that we have to have a meaningful debate on this issue with tangible measures that are going to give real relief to people. We can't leave the fox on charge of the henhouse. They cannot be trusted. They've proven it time and time again. We've heard tapes in recent weeks and so on. We know that the banks cannot be trusted in the context of putting the people first. They always put themselves first, and it's our responsibility here to face up to that and do something about it.